Good morning, History students. Today is January 12th, and something happened in my Zoom. I tried a bunch of different things, but it will not connect, it will not work, and I could not start the meeting, so I'm going to record this video and send it to you all as a substitute for Zoom. Our warm-up today is to identify the creator of each of the following works of art: the statue David in Florence, the painting The Last Supper, the sketch The Vitruvian Man, the sculpture Gattamelata, and a portion of the painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, the most famous portion, the creation of Adam. I'm going to change us to our Renaissance art PowerPoint, which you have access to on Canvas. And let's go to the statue David. The statue David is carved out of a solid block of marble by the brilliant Renaissance painter and sculptor Michelangelo. The statue David represents the ideal proportions of an ideal human man. The statue David by Michelangelo. This is the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. It has more than a dozen panels, images, scenes from the Bible. In many ways, it's kind of like a comic book or a graphic novel. Words are not necessary. The actions in the paintings, the scenes, tell the story. Now, the most famous of all these biblical scenes on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel is right here, just right of center. This portion is called the creation of man. Man is Adam on the left, naked, sitting on his butt, and God is on the right, bearded, wearing a tunic, held up by angels, and under God's arm is Eve, Adam's future wife before she's created. Now, God is regal and bearded, and both characters here are what we call idealized realism. They don't look like normal human beings. They look like idealized human beings. They've been working out a lot. They're bodybuilders. Look at the size of God's and Adam's arms. These are idealized humans. Now God is stretching out. He's reaching out to touch fingers with Adam, to breathe life into man. And all Adam has to do to connect to God is to stretch his finger out and to connect with God. But Adam doesn't. He's lazy. Mankind lets his finger rest down instead of up and does not connect with God. There's a little gap here between their fingers. And that has led to countless ideas and interpretations about what Michelangelo is trying to say about humanity or about God or about the universe with this painting, The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo. The Last Supper. The Last Supper is another masterpiece of Renaissance art. It is a work with deep lines of perspective, from the ceiling and the wall lines to the lines on the ceiling to the tops of the windows. It all zooms right in on the face of Jesus, who's at the very center of the painting and forms a perfect equilateral triangle with his head, arms, and the table. The composition of the painting is very well balanced, with 6 disciples on either side in lifelike poses, standing, talking like humans might actually do in real life. The Last Supper by Leonardo, a masterpiece of perspective. Let's go back to our warm-up. Now we know that David was sculpted by Michelangelo, the sculptor and painter Michelangelo. The Last Supper was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. And the creation of Adam is a small portion of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And it was painted by Michelangelo, who is both a brilliant sculptor and a brilliant painter. Now let's explore the Vitruvian Man and the sculpture Gattamelata. The Vitruvian Man is a sketch based on a real human model. Leonardo da Vinci sketched the Vitruvian Man as a way to nail down the ideal proportions of a human figure. He used this sketch to help him represent humans in realistic poses and forms in other works of art. Leonardo spent a lot of time dissecting dead human corpses or cadavers and sketching the way that the bones, the tendons, the joints, the ligaments, the muscles are actually arranged and how they work in the body. And by studying the form of man, he's able to create more realistic works of art. The Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. And now, of course, the statue Gattamelata. Gattamelata is an equestrian statue. An equestrian statue. That means it's a statue of a horse and a rider. Donatello was a famous sculptor, and one of his most famous sculptures was Gattamelata by Donatello. The Vitruvian Man, the sketch by Leonardo da Vinci, and Gattamelata, the equestrian statue by Donatello. You're welcome to take a screenshot or write these down this week. We're going to turn our warm-ups week 18 on Friday. I would now like to draw your attention to Canvas. On Canvas, on the right side of our page, you'll see the upcoming assignments. Tonight, Chapter 16, Lesson 1, Guided Reading, is due by 11:59. By tomorrow, the Renaissance Art Notes assignment is due. We're going to take these notes in class, but since we're out for the whole week, you're going to take these on your own. Let's click on that assignment right now. Renaissance Art Notes. In your page, it'll look like this, the student view. The Renaissance Art PowerPoint is linked right above the assignment. To complete this assignment, you'll use the text box right here to type in the correct names of the artists and the names of the work of art. So for instance, number 4 here, we know that that is the Sistine Chapel, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which was painted by the brilliant artist Michelangelo. Now, you'll fill in all 8 works of art and artists, and then click on the Submit Assignment at the bottom when you're done. All of our works of art are accessible on the Renaissance PowerPoint right above the worksheet, which has the names and artists of all of those works of art. You'll also use that PowerPoint to help you complete our other assignments. Notably, Renaissance Art Quiz, which is 10 questions identifying works of art and artists from the Renaissance, and it has unlimited attempts. You can take this as many times as you want, and I fully expect every student to take this quiz until they make a 100%. Honestly, it should only take a couple minutes to take the quiz, 10 questions identifying works of art. It'll tell you the correct answers at the end of each attempt, and you can take it again until you get a 100%. I hope that all of you are doing well. That will conclude our Zoom or our recorded class for today. I hope to see all of you soon on Monday.